Hello, welcome to my video. First I wanted to say that this video about the creation evolution debate is something I made as a response to a video I recently saw, and I just had to reply. I'm on the creation side. I'm a Jewish person and a very religious person, and I just wanted to point out that I'm not here to talk against evolutionists or against evolution. I want to talk to you and about evolution. I don't judge people based on what they believe, and I'm not trying to convince anyone that is not willing to listen to other opinions, and of course not force my opinion on anyone. So just if you're just interested in hearing what I have to say, you're welcome, and I would love getting comments in the below about the topic. Anyway, the video I wanted to apply to is by someone named Chadwick0091, and it's basically a recording of a show where two atheists just talked to a religious person that called in, and they kinda attacked him and he didn't know how to reply, and I'm just gonna reply in his name because I don't think their arguments were even that convincing. So the first thing they discussed was that supposedly all scientific evidence points to a world much older than 6,000 years, because that's what the creationists claim. And I personally don't believe that as a creationist, and I don't think that's a very good argument for evolution. And I'll explain why. See, there are many ways to date the Earth, probably 100 or so, and of course they don't all give the exact same age. If you see a fossil in a museum and it has a tag that says this is 500 million years old and stuff, you need to remember that this is by one method, probably radiomatic dating, and there are like 5 of them, and these 5 methods never seem to agree even with each other. A single fossil or a bone dated by different methods will get different results that sometimes will vary by a rate of 10 and 100 and even sometimes 10,000. So eventually the scientists have to pick one result, and they pick a specific result because it fits their evolutionary assumptions. It's hardly a reliable method, and it has been shown by creationists several times that when you use those methods to date something of a known age, like a living snail or a lava sample of a recent volcano eruption, it has been shown that you don't get the right date. You would get like an over-exaggerated date of hundreds of millions of years old for something that died yesterday. So I don't see why we should trust these methods or get them as the definite proof of evolution. And besides, there are methods of dating the Earth that agree with the creationary timescale rather than the evolutionist. So out of the top of my head, one is the accumulation of mutations in the human genome, and the mutations just accumulate at a constant rate, more or less, and you can calculate from that, and you can see that the human species couldn't have existed for more than a few tens of thousands of years old, and let alone the 2 million years that evolution claims human beings have been around, because the mutations accumulated should have destroyed the DNA so much that the human species would have been extincted many times over. That's one method. Another method that I remember just right now is measuring the rate of the moon moving away from Earth. It is believed to have been closer to us, so looking back in time, only a few tens of thousands of years ago, the moon would have been touching the Earth. It cannot get any closer. So that might be a problem for the evolutionary timeline. And also just examples I remember right now, there are much more. Though not every method supports the evolution theory. So another point I wanted to reply to is that the atheist host in the show, he claimed that one should only base their worldview on facts and truth and not fate. And that might seem logical, but it doesn't work. I mean, if you take for example the global warming argument, whether it is real or not, there are facts for both sides, so which side are you going to pick? Now, global warming might have little effect on your life, but if you apply that thinking style to atheism debate, then you can't change your entire lifestyle every time new data comes to life, every time you meet a new proof that you weren't aware of. Just in the Asian evolution debate, there is just so much data you need to take in just to make a decision if you believe evolution or not. And new researches are made every day. And for example, if you base your atheist worldview on the fact that Lucy is an ancestor to human beings, will you change your entire lifestyle when newer research finds out that it isn't a human ancestor? I mean, most people eventually what they do is pick one general worldview and stick to it no matter what. And I don't honestly think that's a bad thing. Lastly, the host says he doesn't get the point of believing or the point of faith. He says that truth is the only thing that matters. That's a point it's more of a philosophical thing, and I don't agree with that at all, because truth that has some effect on life, and if your faith has, I think, the equal effect on your life. For example, if you go to a job interview and you're not exactly fitting for the job, but you honestly believe in all your heart that you do it and that you will be accepted to the job, you are likely to get the job, rather than if you are not fitting for the job and you don't believe you'll get it. If you have children and you believe they are talented and great and kind, then those children are very likely to grow up to be such adults, rather than if you believe that there is something wrong with them, that they are a failure or whatever. So I think every aspect of your life is dependent on what you believe. If you believe that there is a whole survival of the fittest thing going on in the world, and that romantic love is just hormones, and the love of a mother to her child is due to some evolutionary advantage, then I just feel sorry for you, because how are you going to love people? How are you going to be happy and find meaning in your life? I mean, that's just something I don't understand. I don't get how people can live their life like that. Anyway, that was my reply. I hopefully didn't offend anyone. That wasn't my intention. Feel free to like and subscribe, and if you would like to discuss whatever I talked about in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these videos, and goodbye until next time.